is Thursday, September 25th of 2025, and this morning I'm heading down into Blairsville. It's the season's in. I'm going to pick up a rider that we assisted yesterday and get them back to their vehicle at Amicalola Falls. The plan was to get back up on the trail at Neal Gap this morning, but with the weather, there is a high percentage of rain today. The person has decided that they've had enough for this time around, and it's time to go back to their vehicle. So that's what I'm doing, and it's 67 degrees right now in Blairsville, and as you can see, it is raining. And then after that, I'm heading over to LJ to the Stratford Motor Inn, and I'm going to pick up some riders we brought to Springer the other day, get them back to their vehicle at Byron Reese. That's what we have going on this morning, and I'll be back a bit later. Alright, so I picked up the rider at Seasons Inn in Blairsville and got them back down here to Amicalola Falls, long-term parking to their vehicle. They got off the trail partly because it was wet and they had some other stuff going on, so they needed to call it a shorter hike. They were hoping to get up to Franklin this time, but they're going to be back after they get some things taken care of. Alright, now I'm continuing my way on over to LJ and pick up the riders that need to go back to their vehicle at the Byron Reese parking. So it is wet here at Amicalola, 68 degrees, it is raining, and I'll be back later. Alright, I made my way over here to LJ, and I'm going to go pick up the riders that need to go back to their vehicle at Byron Reese parking out by Neal Gap, and I am almost there, so I'm getting them real quick. I'm coming up here. Alright, my turn is up here at the light, and then I'll be picking them up at the hotel they've been staying in for the last couple nights. Alrighty. As you can see, it's raining out here, and we have 70 degrees for temperature. Alright, I will be back a little bit. You can see the hotel right up ahead of me. Alright, I've made my way out here to LJ, Georgia. I just came from Amicalola Falls, dropping off the rider from this morning that was at Seasons Inn. And now I'm out here at Stratford Inn in LJ, going to pick up the riders that are going back to their vehicle at Byron Reese. Alright, I'm a few minutes early. I'm going to let them know I'm here, and then we'll be on our way. Alright, I'll be back later on. Alright, so I picked up the riders that were at the lodging over in LJ, Georgia, and got them back out here to Byron Reese parking, and they are finished with their hike. They were hoping to make it all the way here, but had to get off of the trail early. Alright, so as I'm pulling through here, we got a little bit of sunshine. It's 67 degrees out here, and now I'm heading back down into Blairsville. Have some other things to take care of. Alright, besides some rain, overall it's a beautiful day. Okay, gonna make my way on down.